Hey guys, welcome to the Z Squad. We had NT Locals here up here in Darwin, and I decided to take Supreme Kai time. It's very aggro heavy, which I've been dabbling with, so I thought I would give it a go. We all know what the leader does. Everyone's seen it most likely. You keep your overwhelms on the board by taking a life. Well, put a life in your drop. And then also you can get unison out of your warp, yada, yada, yada. We all know what Supreme Kai does, but I decided for my version to go big boy. So to help facilitate that, I put in 4 Margin Boo extra cards. So this is the one that gives you 15k power for the battle. And then you put top 4 from your deck into your drop to help fuel. First off, fuel your Overrealm, or your Awaken, and then also your Overrealm as well. So what I'll do usually turn 1 is I'll make sure I'll have 1 energy open, use this and activate battle either on defense or on offense, and just that would get me straight to 8 in the warp because of Awaken pretty much. Obviously after you do an Overrealm.
Maybe we'll leave that one there for people to see.
So that's why I have the Margin Boos in there. They're good, they're fun. Now we start with, these are the cards that literally made Supreme Kai really in the limelight. So we know the Trunks and the Sun Goten Overrealm 6. What you usually do is you Overrealm Trunks onto the board, and then you can pay 1 energy to play Sun Goten either from your warp or from your hand. So 25k double strike, and this one's a dual attacker, so it's actually pretty nuts. These are the cards that really put Kai to the forefront. 4 of each. So the Unison, everyone knows Demagra. It gives you the wormhole when you play an Overrealm. Burst 1 as well. You can place +1, plus put 2 battle cards from your warp in your drop. Keep fueling your Overrealms. I put in 2 Sun Gotens as well. This is the one where you discard, and then you can look at top 7 and try to find your Unison. I don't run any other Overrealm 2s. So you're literally just putting this in here to get your Unison. So it's a good one to cut out for like your side deck and stuff like that, because you don't really need it all the time. Usually you get a Unison in your warp anyway. This is from the recent anniversary box. This is really busted for any black deck that centers around Overrealm, because literally when you Overrealm during your turn, this costs 1. Everyone knows what this does. Play it, 20k, gets crit for the turn. Kaboom, big boy. Now, another card that came out that's made Supreme Kai come into the limelight, this Son Goku Xeno, counter Overrealm 3. I never really use it for the counter. I mainly use it for the activate main, where you discard this from your hand, then you look at top 5, you either get a Vegeta or Goku Xeno, add it to your hand. And then obviously it pairs with your super combo as well, because they're both 5k power, so you can use it for Union Fusion. And yeah, that's also the super combo I use Vegeta. Nothing better than that. Now for the big boy Gokus and Vegetas, we've got 4 of the Beyond the All Limits, the one that gives you a card from your warp between 3 and 7, so you can keep making sure you have big boys in your hand for the next turn to Overrealm onto the board. And then that's paired. Now, unfortunately, I would play 4 of these, but I've only got 1. I'm still waiting for more prizing to come in from the online regionals in Australia here. And hopefully I'll pull more of these, but so I've got 1 of those. Instead, for the other slots, I put in 3 of the SS4 Vegeta Thought in the Dark Empire. It's all right. It's Overrealm 6. You got to pay an energy for it to come out, but also it does have a board wide mechanic as well, so up to 4, so you can get rid of tokens, anything else you want to get rid of. That's about it.
So would you definitely swap those 3 out for the other?
I'll probably do 3 of these boys, and then maybe just 1 of these, just for the tech. But
okay, at least gives people an idea.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Usually I'll just go 4 of these, because you just want to be consistent. Make sure you get these, because this is a very powerful card. So everyone's after these in Australia. They're expensive as hell. Now for my Gogeta package. So everyone knows you always play your 1 of SS3 Gogeta, Thought in Dark Empire. I decided to also add Gogeta Fearless Fusion as an extra little tech card, mainly because it KOs a barrier, ignores barrier, costs 4 or less, send it to owner's warp when this card's played, so I just wanted a bit of that. And also it's a 16k blocker as well, so I thought I'd just add that in tech. To be honest, end of the day, I did not use them at all. So I would actually cut them, but yeah. What else do we have? I put one of Marseille Brainwash No More. That's the little cheeky one you can put in activate battle. You pay 1 energy, take a life, and you don't take, your leader doesn't take damage for the battle. So if your opponent's going in for a big triple strike, yada yada yada, you can just like make them cry by using that.
That's disgusting, especially if someone just flops out the entire
hand,
and then you just flop that on them.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of it. Makes people cry, but honestly, it's very situational. Of course, you can always like take this out for whatever you want. I got one of the Dark Brolys, Overwhelm 6, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, send it to owner's warp. You can also activate main, pay 2. You can play this from your warp as well, which helps us as well, because you know we have a lot of cards in our warp, so any card that you can play from the warp is a little bonus. I'll keep that for last. So for like counter plays, counter attacks, and all that sort of stuff, I'm playing 2 Super Kamehamehas. Mainly for floodgates. When you're going in for the kill, you can just use that to stop the floodgate and just keep going in for the kill. 2 Support of the Dark Empire. I was thinking about popping this up to 3 before the tournament started, but I just stuck with 2, just made a little bit of extra defense. Petrification, insane counterattack. I didn't really use this a lot actually, mainly because I was just aiming for turn 2, turn 3 kills, and I would just tap out completely, which is definitely a mistake. Don't tap out, guys, even if you're playing aggro. Make sure you plan your turns and keep an energy open for something like this.
So you gotta play a little safe and keep
exactly.
energy for the later rounds.
Yeah, that's the one. And then 3 Supreme Kai Times counterattack. Good one as well, really good one. You're always paying 1 for this because you've always got, 3 or more cards in your warp. So you pay this for 1, get rid of, negate the attack, get rid of another battle card from your opponent. So that's good. And then secret rare. No other secret rare really to play in black, to be honest.
No explanation needed.
Yeah, don't need to explain it. Play it from warp. Just insane cards. So
make them alive.
Yeah, exactly. Always play it. And then side deck. I just kind of plopped together from my thoughts from like the online regionals I just recently played in. So I got 4 of the Sun Gohan. They're the ones that blue hate. So had that in the side deck. Didn't really come up against any blue players, so that was useless. Bardock, this one's an interesting one. I could actually, what I'm thinking, I've only got 1 copy though, but I might get more copies of this, is swap this out for the Gogeta that's in my main deck. Because this card, you overrun for 6, you pay 1 black energy to play him. And then when this card is played using Overwhelm, your opponent can only attack with battle cards once during their next turn, which is pretty decent against if you come up against other aggro players, or even just to disrupt their turn sort of thing as well, when they're trying to go in for the clapback sort of thing. So yeah, I'll definitely add more of this, and maybe even in the main deck as well. 3 Deborahs. This is just for hand destruction, but didn't come up against any hand destruction, so useless, but always good to have it in the side deck. Black Marseille, yeah, good card. Always have at least 3 to 4, or you could even get away with 2 in your side deck, but always good against like A21 right now, when they
start a Vegeta.
Yeah, all sorts of different leaders and stuff like that. If they're playing little weenies and stuff with non-keyword skills, you just use that to stop it, sort of thing. Koitsukai as well, same sort of deal, and also to help on your turn to counter any counter attacks or anything like that, any battle cards that are counter attacks and stuff like that.
It's really good against A21 as well.
It is, yeah. It's also good against yellow. But yeah, always have it in the side deck. And then I put 1 Super Kamehameha just to Really, if I wanted to just be able to see this more often, I would just swap out a Gogeta or something like that and put this in here in my main deck just to see it more often. Z deck. Obviously, I've only got 2 copies of Pan, but I would run 2 or 3. Pan's really good. It's even good to just play as an aggro and just attack 15k. And its effect as well, we all know the effect, but pretty much when you place a life into your drop area from your skill here, you can place the top card from your deck into your life. So, you know, you can use that ability from your leader without negging life, basically. It's also got to activate main to pop a opponent's battle card as well, which is pretty decent as well.
Very helpful.
Yeah, it's a good card. I play 2 Margin Boo. These ones are really good. Any black deck, I reckon you guys should definitely use it. Cost 1, 1 Z energy, but you also, the effect is when you have 3 or more energy, you place 1 of your Z energy in your drop, so you really need to have 2 in your Z energy to get the full effect. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards, place it under this. This gets 20k power until the end of your opponent's turn, and this is a blocker as well. So you can use it as a 25k beater or a 25k blocker for the next turn as well. That's good. One of these, Demon God Demagra, really is only in there because there's no real other good Z cards I've got for black. Actually, black doesn't really have a lot of good Z cards right now, but yeah, just didn't really play him at all, to be honest. Not at all. SSB Vegeta, Surmounting the Impossible. I always add 1 in every Z deck I have with all my leaders, just to good cycle. If you need to get down to 4 life, use this as well. Yeah, consistent way to get down to 4 life.
You used this one quite a bit, didn't you?
I used it a couple times, I think once or twice, but this leader though gets down to 4 life pretty easily anyway. So
yeah,
really I would use it for the filter, to filter my hand, get more cards in the hand as well, and see, you know, better cards.
I agree.
And then Cumber, didn't play him at all. He's all right. He is good. He's a good way to lock down your opponent's like cards and stuff like that. And he's a 15k beater, just for 1 Z energy too. But 2 energy is a bit expensive for this deck, in my opinion. Usually I'm just paying 1 sort of thing. But yeah, it's pretty decent. You know, lock down one of your opponent's card by giving it Servant, pretty much. But yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's an entire deck.
I went 1 win, 2 losses. Because I feel like I just wanted to end the games either turn 2, turn 3, but I tapped out too much to really defend myself against.
Well, at least now we know it's better to keep an energy or 2 open at all times and play the long game rather than smashing them down very quickly, because you tap yourself out and then your opponent has the opportunity to clap back, and it's just not worth it, right?
Nah, go face all the time. Go face.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yeah.
face.
Okay, well, you do you.
Never give up.
Never
Go
give
face.
up. All right, well, thank you for the deck profile. Z Squad over and out. Any questions in the comments?